Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 481 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined, as always, by my two co-hosts, Stephen Kyle Brackey and Ben Askren. Ben, how are you this Thursday?
Doing great. It's my 10-year anniversary, but we are not going to celebrate because, everything's closed. It sucks.
Wow. Well, congratulations. 10 years going strong to you and your lovely wife, Amy. That's wonderful.
I know Kyle's a newlywed. Christian, how long have you been married?
I have been married almost 13 years.
Oh, wait. You're younger than me, though.
Yeah.
Wait, did you get married when you were 18?
It was an arranged marriage. No, I was 21.
Damn, that's like an Oklahoma State wrestler.
What? They get married at 21 frequently?
In my era, the entire team was married.
Dang.
Mako, Hendricks, Brandon Mason. Yes, they were. Go back to my era. Like, I would say, okay, maybe not all of them, but a good, say, 50 to 70% of that team was married. You can get Chris Pendleton, Zach Esposito. Those are two guys who stayed unmarried, but you can confirm with them that I am telling the truth on this one.
Okay, I believe you. And yes, it is. I guess I'll finally admit it. I was on the Oklahoma State wrestling team when they won 5 national titles. So yeah, the cat's out of the bag. I waited this long to tell you. I wanted to prove myself on my wrestling knowledge, not the fact that I was on the Oklahoma State team. But no, 13 years. Yeah, it was. It's kind of funny when you think about it.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Thank you. I am also impressed with my wife. So
someone says it's the Brands boy's birthday today.
Wow, you got married on the Brands brothers' birthday.
Nice. You think they always have a combined party, or you think they separate it sometimes?
Well, I think the government forced their hand today. I don't know if they're gonna be able to have a joint party. But in Terry,
you think the Brands brothers listen to the government, Christian? Are you insane, man? If the Brands brothers want to have a birthday party together, they're gonna have a birthday party together.
They would open the Chuck E. Cheese if it came down to it for their birthday party. I think Bader was saying he was talking with Coach Tom Brands about it, and they're very much complying with the shelter in place. They're not going into the university for work. So I'm sure it's man, that's got to be it. You think about like who are the people that are the most like impacted or like just like totally mind blown by not being able to like do their regular lives. You think about some of the wrestling coaches, just the simple things, going in, getting workouts, definitely changes things.
They probably brought the Aerodyne home, probably.
Yeah, they did. They probably both have home saunas if they're smart. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You guys like this new ticker we got
We've
going
got
on
tickers.
here?
It's very official.
I was just, yeah. Oh wow.
What do you think, Ben?
Chris Weiler enters the transfer portal. What? I'm reading the news with you guys.
This is great. What a wonderful feature. Thank you to Brady Covington and the production team for implementing these. Yeah, Chris Weiler.
Wow.
He'll be a graduate transfer. We're gonna keep maybe once a week we'll give you a transfer portal update. Keep you posted on who winds up in there.
I've got news that the entire Old Dominion team is in there as well.
Yes.
Ouch,
yeah.
Kyle.
I wasn't trying to be mean. I was trying to be funny that they're all in there.
Luke Pletcher of Pitt. That's a good pickup for Keith Gavin. I like
Great
that.
pickup.
Good job, Keith.
Did he replace someone or did someone leave?
Nico Megaludis was there. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there, but Utsi was the volunteer, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know where he went, but Utsi was the volunteer.
Okay, well, yes, great pickup. It did make me sad, though. It did make me sad because it's really over.
Hey, the other thing that you didn't want to that you guys, I'm surprised you guys didn't bring this up, but Orndorff to Ohio State. That's pretty interesting to me. Seeing as Ohio State already has good options at heavyweight, and I didn't and Orndorff's brother wrestles for UVU. I guess maybe he's graduating. What's the deal there?
So Orndorff, well, I don't know the situation with the brother. So they got Tate, and there's Tanner. Is he still at Utah Valley, I guess? He did not. It wasn't a package deal. Or is he graduated? I don't even recall.
It might be graduated.
So I think it is a really huge move, and
he was done this year. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm surprised we didn't talk about it. Shame on us for, I guess, the timing of when it happened. It was.
Yeah, I think it happened Friday mid-afternoon or so, kind of a weird time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Singletary's going 97. That's been kind of a known thing, and I think Orndorff will provide great depth as a backup behind Gaston Gary.
I was say you got the nation's hero, Gaston Gary.
I know,
but
I'm sad for that. But I'm happy. I mean, it's good. I mean, Ohio State has to do what they have to do to make their team better. But man, I would have loved one more run with the gas tank. I'm sure he is not going to just acquiesce and give the spot up. He freaking beat. People forget he beat Chase Singletary in the wrestle off. This is when we first.
Yep.
That's when I first read Gary Traub's name. I was like, who the heck is this? He just beat Chase Singletary. What is happening? But yeah, Orndorff really good, and I wonder, could they pick up? Are they gonna stay active in the transfer portal right now during this time? I think a lot of people, a lot of teams are going.
The other thing that means to me, Christian, is that Gavin Hoffman's out. I mean, because he's not going to be Singletary up for 97. He couldn't make the cut to 84, or just wasn't good enough, I guess, to beat Rocky Jordan. But that's somebody who. He was the number one, I believe, right? He was number one coming out of high school, and he's never gonna start for the full time. It doesn't appear to be.
Well, no, he didn't start this year, and I think he'll probably go up to 97 and wrestle off Singletary, and the better guy will obviously start. But yeah, it's the way their lineup shakes out. It's tough to see Gavin getting in there, because I would probably favor Chase. I don't think he's going to cut down to 197, and if he doesn't know, he's probably going to be the starter there, right?
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunate, and you wonder if is someone like that. I mean, that's kind of one of the. You don't blame a kid if they want to look elsewhere to go somewhere where they can wrestle, because it's going to be really hard for him to start at Ohio State. But he's been there for a little bit, and we'll see. With Hoffman, but definitely. Go ahead.
The last thing this makes me think of is GD, the Big Ten heavyweight picture, because you already look at the four guys they've all been freshmen or sophomore: Hilger, Paris, Cassiope, Stevenson, and Orndorff was ranked as high as 3 this year. When Hilger beat him, he was number 3, and so he's also a sophomore. So you have all 5 of those guys. That are all in the Big Ten. They'll all be juniors or younger next year, so they have at least 2 more years. And you add possibly Kirkley to that, and it's like, oh my God! Like for a conference heavyweight tournament, it's absurd.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It reminds me of the 2014 when it had Nelson, Kuhn, McMullen, Telford, Chalfant, McClure. Those were all like top 6 type of dudes, all the same way. So yeah, kind of resurgence there of the heavyweight talent for the Big Ten. Nothing new though for the Big Ten. They just get a little bit tougher every single year. So yeah, big news for Ohio State there. Other big D1 lineup related news. Yanni D says he could take another Olympic year, but he's not going to. He's going to wrestle for Cornell next year, which my prediction a couple weeks ago was that this is what I think we're going to see most of the Olympic red shirts do from this year. I think they're going to wrestle this year. Yeah. I think that's what Michigan's going to do. Yanni has said he's going to. I think the other dominoes would be Mackay. I'd be stunned if he didn't wrestle this year. I'd be Soriano and Dayton are definitely wild cards to me, but other than that, I see all those guys wrestling this year.
So I wish we could get some more clarity on the Soriano situation, because you guys have alluded that maybe he won't come back. Like, is there any truth to that? And what is the deal with Nicky? There is, because what is the truth? Is he just doesn't want to be in college? He wants to pursue a career on Wall Street. He wants to go to Hollywood. Like, give me something more.
I think. What do I give you here? I mean, just that it's an option. Just that it's an option that I know that has been considered by them, right? It is an option.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think it is an option that he would not return, that he would just he would wrestle internationally. I think he has other aspirations outside of wrestling that he's that he's looking at. I obviously really think he should go back to Rutgers. I think that'd be great. Finish your collegiate career, get your degree, et cetera, et cetera. Not that finishing your college wrestling career and getting a bachelor's degree are mutually exclusive, but at the same time, get that paper.
Yeah, he's not on Twitter. I was gonna tweet him and see what his deal was, but
he's on the
I
gram,
can't find
bro.
him on Twitter.
He's on the gram.
You gotta hit him. You gotta hit him up on the IG.
I don't like using it. I use Instagram. I don't like Instagram.
I know. I'm kind of the same way. I'm starting to like it more. Like the last year, I was starting. Okay,
you post on there all the time. You like it.
I like it now. But I didn't as much. I used to not. But then I figured out how to use. I did not. I could not. I felt like such an old man. I didn't want to tell anyone. But I didn't understand how the stories worked or how to do it right. Now I love the Instagram stories. I think it's my main social media offering to the world right now, or Instagram.
Really? Oh, Twitter's so much better, Christian. I'm actually gonna make a story right now.
You're gonna make a story right now.
I did a story post.
You should make a story and be like, I much prefer Twitter over Instagram stories. Okay, so Yanni D's wrestling, and did I? Yeah, you wrote in here, says he could take another red shirt if he wanted to.
He says in the he did an interview with a local New York news station, and he says that he could take another one if he wanted to. So it sounds like those guys have received some kind of information that they'll be able to take another one.
That's fascinating.
But he says he's not. He's wrestling for Cornell. And then also, I'm not sure if we talked about this. When Nomad did his way too early lineup look, he had Yanni up at 49. Is that something that was like a given?
Is that a thing?
Does that make their lineup better? Because is that with Saunders?
I believe that gets Saunders in at 41.
And then who's their 33?
Hang on.
Aruj is bumping up, right? Or no?
I think he had Vito at 25.
I think Vito should stay at 25. I think when Greg comes in, then maybe Vito bumps. But I wouldn't. LaJoy?
No, he had Vito at 33.
I don't like it. I like him skinny and mean.
And LaJoy at 25.
Hand fighting the crap out of people. I wouldn't bump him
then
up.
Yupuzhin, Ramirez, Foca, Dean, Darmstadt, Fernandez.
That is a really good team.
It's a good team right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, Cornell is going to be really fun next year. Someone asked about what are our top 4 or 5 teams next year. They're going to be in there. I'm not sure where exactly. I don't know. Yeah, we can get into Yanni at 49 at maybe another time. I obviously would probably favor him at whatever weight he entered, but I think 49 is going to be a little tougher for him. What?
Greg Mack trying to shake us down. He said $500, so I'm telling you what Nicky doing.
No, Greg.
Yes, pay it.
You pay it.
It's coming out of Flo's pocket. It ain't coming out of your pocket. Give it the company credit card swipe.
I'm not paying Greg Martin's ransom. I'm not going to do
company card swipe.
Nice try,
company
Mac,
card.
Man. $500.
Company card.
I got a cheaper way to figure it out. Jeez. All right, so Yanni at 49. We got shaken down by Miles Martin's dad, or attempted shakedown. $500. Maybe 50.
It might have been less if we had picked Miles yesterday.
Dang it! You know what? This is what we get.
It is on. That's on us.
And I invented that he got tech falled by Gabe Dean, and that was bad.
Oh yeah, that probably jacked it up at least $100.
Daggone it! It was just a major. I'm sorry, and it was an all-star, so it doesn't even count. It wasn't even real. Okay, why don't we get into what?
Ben says we'll send him the money after the show.
What? Ben, I need you to log in. Ben's on Facebook saying he's gonna pay.
Guys, don't tell him, but we're not really gonna pay him.
All right, I will not tell him. I'm not gonna tell Mr. Martin we're not gonna pay him $500. Okay. So we've got to do 197 quarters, 184 semis, and 174 final for the best of the decade. Now, there was late yesterday evening. It was brought to our attention by one Stephen Kyle Brackey that our quarterfinal matchup was missing an NCAA champion. This hasn't happened in our other brackets. Every champion got in to the point that we had to have several non-champions enter the top 8. But for this one, for whatever reason, it had a lot of different champions, despite the fact that Jaden Cox won 3 titles at this weight. I'm not even sure how the math shakes out, but doesn't matter.
Because guys won titles in other weight classes. I mean, Varner was at 84 twice. Nickel was at 74, 84 twice, which you moved Nickel out of this weight class, unfortunately, somehow.
I say fortunately.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, did you see your little graphic, Ben, for your name?
Well, what happened?
It came up for a second. Tyler, can we get that back up
Yeah,
there?
put Ben's. They're gonna put it back up. I want you to read it. So, Bracky fills these out before the show. It's like your name and like a little bit about you, and then like a little more information. So there, it's up now, Ben.
I can't see it. It's blurry. I'm gonna have to look on Facebook.
Okay, it said you're a two-time NCAA champion, 2008 Olympian, and then it says you had a really weird practice with Isaac Jordan one time.
So I think every show I'll just
funny.
put a new little gem underneath there.
Like next Tuesday, it could say like his chicken didn't die or something like that.
Built a children's disc golf course.
Yes. Okay.
The one chicken's getting its ass whooped by all the other chickens. I'm not a chicken person. My wife's pretty upset about it. I'm like, I figure that's probably what happens in the chicken world. That one of them's the low person on a totem pole. If any of you chicken people are listening to our Facebook show, please tell me, is this something that normally happens?
Poultry farmers love wrestling, so I'm sure we've got a lot.
You know who's a big chicken guy is Jared Hott.
Really?
Yeah, he had chickens. Yeah, he had chickens, and one time.
I thought he was the horseman.
So, well, he is, but that was just because he's big and strong. But he loved chickens, and his parents had chickens, and he would take care of them. But then when he went away to college, no one was there to take care of them, so his mom got rid of them, and he was so pissed.
Man. Speaking of Jared Hott, he lost to a man that we were talking about, Mike Machiavello, who was the national champion.
That's how you know it's serious, when I was advocating for Machiavello.
Yes. Kyle is nothing but a professional. The man that beat his man, Jared Hott, his buddy from Parkersburg, sort of. It's Mike Machiavelli. He wasn't entered. Now he's entered, but Ben was so mad, he did not want us to kick Colin Moore out. So we had this conundrum. Well, what do?
Well, Colin Moore is so good.
Colin Moore's so good, but here's the case for Machiavello over Colin Moore. The year that Machiavello won, he beat Colin Moore. Mm-hmm. That was the year Colin was the 1 seed. So not only did he beat him in a match, but he won the weight that he was in where he was the 1 seed. That is a preponderance.
They would have hit in the semifinals, but
however,
Colin Moore got pinned by Kyle Cannell, and then Machiavello pinned Cannell in the semis.
He pinned the guy that pinned him.
But I'm choosing the 2019 Colin Moore. That's a different Colin Moore.
But yes, I think we agree with that. But one thing I'll also say, this is a point I made about Nickel, is that the weight here, like the 197 weight that Nickel won versus the 184 weights that he won, and the 197 weight here, I don't know. I don't think it was as good. So I don't know if Colin Moore was that much better. But I think the best way to do it is, you know what? We have our first ever pigtail. We're going to duke it out.
Oh, pigtail.
We're going to duke it out to get the winner gets who? Varner?
Yeah, the 1 seed Varner.
Our winner gets Varner here. So you have to decide 2019 Colin Moore versus 28, or actually, we're saying 2020 Colin Moore, right? This year's version. Right, Ben?
No, I don't think 2020 is eligible.
Yeah, we haven't.
I thought it was 2010 to 2019.
Oh, yeah, good point. Good point.
No, 2020 not eligible.
2019.
2019, I think that was the best version. He only lost to Bo Nickel, correct? And Bo Nickel's kind of an all-timer.
That is correct. He is kind of definitely an all-timer. So here we go. Colin Moore versus Mike Machiavello in the battle for the best of the decade. Ben Askren, you go first.
Okay. Well, I tried putting Colin Moore in the first time. I realized Mike Mock had the one good year, but Colin Moore, I mean, he was just so good. He took third and then fourth. The Cannell thing still, the fact that he got pinned twice by Kyle Cannell completely blows my mind. And then the junior year, the one I'm picking, was really good. He would have won a title had Bo Nickel not moved up to 197 and been an all-timer. So I am going to, in fact, pick Colin Moore. That's who I thought should be in the bracket.
Yeah, I think, and how much differently, I know we're not doing this year, but how much differently would we look at it if he had just basically finished the season he was already having, where he was dominating everyone, right? And how would we view him? Man, I have a hard time. I think Mike Mock in the annals of history is going to be continually overlooked. And I think him being like kind of 0 for Jared Hott up till the NCAA finals, and he had some losses in there. But I think when you offensively, if you consider them both at their best, and that's what we're looking at, right? I think Colin Moore had more upside. I think he had more ways to score. And for that reason, even though he has a head-to-head win over him and he won the weight they didn't, and I kind of hate it, I'll take Colin Moore over Mike Machiavello, the nicest person in wrestling history, Mike Mach.
Fine. It doesn't matter what I say now. I'm outvoted. But
what would you have said?
For Mike Mach, give me Mike Mach. He was really good at that tournament.
He really was. He beat Shakur soundly. He pinned Canal. Then he beat Jared Hott. He was really, really, really good. There's nothing else you can say. But he was in the bracket. Now he's not in the bracket. So now we have our quarterfinals. Do you want to read those to us, Steve and Kyle?
Yeah. So the quarterfinals would be 2010 Jake Varner, and since Colin Moore won, 2019 version of Colin Moore. Then your 2017 version of Jaden Cox against 2012 Cam Simaz. 2011 Dustin Kilgore versus 2010 Craig Brester. And then 2015 Kyvan Gadsden versus 2013 Quentin Wright.
Okay.
Is this the second best bracket in here? I mean, 165 is obviously number one. I think that's pretty obvious to everybody. Is this the second best?
Man, it might be. I think 57's kind of really good. Maybe not though. No, this is really good. Yeah, this is.
The other one, I guess, would be 149. Maybe not.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Scroll over
I think
to
it's 97.
the lightweights.
65 and then 97. Maybe heavyweight third. No, not heavyweight third.
This is a really good one. All right, I'll get it started.
Okay.
1 seed Jake Varner versus the 8 seed Colin Moore. I think as talented as Colin Moore is, I don't think he scores maybe a point against Jake Varner. I think he gets taken down maybe once. He gets ridden like crazy. And if we know anything about Jake Varner is you basically can't get in on that guy. In college, it was incredibly rare. You know, Craig Brester was a guy that could beat him sometimes, but rarely. And they wrestled like once a week for 3 straight years.
Times.
Yeah, they wrestled all the time, but it was mostly Varner winning those matches. And Craig, honestly, you throw Brester in this bracket, if you want to look at the best of the decade, I would put it.
He's so good.
I would have put Brester above Colin Moore. I would have put him up against Mike Machiavello. I guarantee you, Craig Brester. He is in this bracket.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, good. All right, good.
What are you?
Sorry.
What are you talking about, Piles?
I blacked out for a second there. Okay, back to reality. Varner over Colin Moore, no problem. Bracky, go ahead.
Yeah, I just like you said.
Whoa!
Varner
Why are you skipping me?
I'm not skipping you.
Okay, because we got the very first landmine, and here's what happened. They shake hands. They're wrestling. Colin Moore, fireman's carry to his back, gets 5 points on Jake Varner. Varner tries hard but can't come back. Landmine, Jake Varner's out of the tournament.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Olympic champion Jake Varner just lost to Colin Moore.
He got fireman's carried. He's out of the tournament. See ya. Landmine.
So Colin Moore makes it. He just Kyle Cannelled Jake Varner.
Well, it's a fireman's carry. Well, he didn't pin him, but he got 5 back points. We all know Jake Varner. I mean, a lot of people forget, but not to be overly mean, but he was probably the most boring good college wrestler of all time. Very, very boring, and he did not have the ability to come back on Colin Moore.
Oh my gosh! So it was like 6-0 hole right away, and then he couldn't get back into it.
Yes.
Who is this?
About.
Who is this against?
Jake Varner.
Colin Moore versus Jake Varner.
He couldn't claw back. I thought you were giving an example of like this happening to Jake. I was like, what?
No. I don't believe that ever happened in real life.
This is a big shakeup. This is a really big shakeup. That now the whole top side opens up. Now who could we possibly have? Could Colin Moore make a miracle run after not getting deprived his 2020 season?
People are going to be so pissed on that Facebook poll.
Oh my gosh. What was the poll?
I just put it out because we were like because we didn't know who won between Mock and
Perfect.
Colin Moore, so that should be really funny.
Okie doke. Holy smokes. All right. Next
I
one.
did not see that coming.
No.
So that was the random draw one that you had?
Random draw. So here's what I did. I numbered all the matches that we had left in the tournament. We should have done this from the beginning, but we didn't. I numbered all the matches. I asked my daughter to give me a number. That was the number ended up, and I had to end up with a good story with it too. And so I thought it was perfect because, Colin Moore hit a nice fireman's dump, put him on his back, and there we go.
He did have a nice carry. No doubt about that. Okay, so the next quarter, now we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be Jaden Cox versus Cam Simas. This would be an amazing match because both these guys, well, Cam was just go, 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 really good in all positions, would make some mistakes and just continue to wrestle through them. Like he didn't mind giving up points kind of guy, almost like a 197 Nolf. Maybe not quite as. I mean, obviously Nolf is an all-timer, but
not that dynamic.
Not as dynamic. Well, I don't know. He had a lot of stuff on top. He was really, really good on top. But I think Cam would struggle with Jaden. I don't see Jaden getting turned. I think Jaden is just on a completely different level from a neutral standpoint as well.
Yes.
I think probably it's a match we get really excited about in reality, and then Jaden just kind of shuts it down, and it's just kind of like a 4-1 controlled match where you're like, okay, Cam was never really in it, and Jaden would be able to make Cam look very not dynamic for someone that's supremely dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden already had a world medal by this time, and obviously we know Jaden is not someone who goes out and kills people. That wasn't his specialty, but I don't think Cam Simas is sniffing a takedown in this one. So I got Jaden Cox.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaden.
Jaden. Okay, next up is, who is our third seed? It is Dustin Kilgore versus Craig Brester. 2010 version versus 2011 Dustin Kilgore. Kilgore was down sort of big to Clayton Foster, gave up a couple takedowns, and then careless error from Foster, and Kilgore put him away for the pinfall and the national title. I don't get how this was seeded, but we'll just go with it at this point. Quentin Wright literally picked Dustin Kilgore apart. But that's fine. We'll just go with it.
I don't know how I would have seeded. I thought I seeded this one. Maybe I forgot because Quentin Wright should be above Dustin Kilgore.
I think you stopped seeding it at number 2.
Hey,
let's
makes
go
it
with
more
it.
exciting.
It's juicy because you know what? This to me actually is easy money because I think Brester all day in this one.
Actually, I was gonna pick Brester too, and I thought you guys would yell at me.
No way. I sincerely believe that Brester would beat Dustin Kilgore. I think Dustin was a little. I mean, him and Cam always had great matches because they were both so wide open, and they both kind of would make a mistake and just wrestle through it and be able to just score more points. Dustin was good on top with he was like get the chin, crunch up a cradle, good single leg stuff. But I think he would. I don't see him getting in on someone as good as Craig Brester. I think Brester would control it, would get his takedowns. I think he could actually ride Kilgore. He was pretty tough from the top position. Craig Brester's one
Kilgore's tough to ride. I believe Max and him wrestled 2010 NCAAs, and I believe Max even gave up a reversal or two. If I remember right.
Yeah, so maybe it
I feel like that's the truth.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you would remember. But I have Brester over Kilgore, and I don't really have any reservations about it.
I have Brester over Kilgore also.
Oh, man.
It's clean sweep.
Clean sweep. So Twitter, your voice doesn't matter. They're probably
we don't care about you
They
guys.
actually are picking Brester at the moment.
Wow.
Really?
How many votes? We have 7 votes.
It just went up.
We'll check in tomorrow. Okay. This next one is wild. Kyvan Gadsden versus Quentin Wright. 2015, Kyvan Gadsden versus 2013, Quentin Wright. Oh,
Somebody getting thrown?
Someone is getting thrown.
Someone's getting thrown.
Who's better
Yes.
upper body?
Oh man.
It's Quentin Wright.
Yeah, I feel like
Quentin Wright is better upper body.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Quentin.
I am too. I mean, everyone knows if you listen much, especially if we've been reminiscing, I'm a huge Quentin Wright fan, always have been. I think he could struggle with Gadsden's size a little bit here. Quentin was not the biggest 97-pounder.
Yeah.
Kyvan was real big, real strong. I think he could pop him on a double leg. Yeah.
Is there anyone else that has wins over both Jaden and Kyle Snyder? Kyvan's got to be the only person, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm going to pick Kyvan.
Did Morgan McIntosh ever beat Jaden?
Morgan did beat Jaden.
Yes. So Morgan does too.
So he enters the class of Morgan McIntosh. Does that change how you look at things? The fact that two men have done it. That's more reflective of where they were at that point in time. That was before.
Yeah.
That was before Jaden was Jaden, before Kyle was Kyle, as we came to know them. Although they were both super elite at that point in time. Yeah. They went from good, really good, elite college to elite world some years after. I still think it's Quentin in an NCAA match. I think he figures it out. It is possible, this may be let me look at something real quick. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm taking Quentin Wright.
Wow.
No. I don't think.
Okay, man, I didn't realize Quentin Wright only beat. No, I'm taking Kyvan Gadsden. Quentin Wright only beat Brandon Palick 3-2. And
Brandon Palick
Matt
was good. No, Brandon, that's not bad. Listen,
he's unseated. Come on.
He was fine. He was on my fantasy team. He scored me a lot of points.
That's why you think he was fine, because he was on your fantasy team.
No, I know. God. It's because I followed his career. I knew what he was. That's not the best win, but you know what? Listen.
I'm picking Kyvan.
You know what, Ben? If only they entered the same bracket the same year, and we could just compare the results. Oh wait, they did. Kyvan was 6. Quentin was the champion. That's fair.
Yeah, but that was a young Kyvan. That was sophomore year.
I'm just
saying.
Can't
say he's the same guy. I mean, Mike Mock is sophomore year. I don't think he made NCAAs, and you want to throw him in the bracket, so that's not a fair comparison.
Not at all, but it's worth mentioning.
Something unprecedented is happening. Cam Simons. No one's voting for Cam Simons.
Someone vote for Cam Simons. He deserves a vote.
He had 0 votes right now.
77 to nothing. Oh my gosh. Joe Exotic got more votes. What the heck? Joe Exotic got more votes for president than Cam Simons is against Jaden Cox.
Also, God. Dustin Kilgore has now passed Craig Brester.
I figured that would happen because most people don't know who Craig is that are on Twitter.
Wait, okay, I'm picking Kyvan. What is Twitter picking?
Man, Twitter's
right
definitely
now
going to pick Kyvan.
It's Quentin Wright.
Really?
At 58%.
This is going to be interesting. Okay, so
you guys are both picking Quentin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both Quentin, and you're Kyvan. So we'll keep an eye on this, and I'll get Nomad's prediction. This one might not be set till Tuesday.
He will pick Gadsden, I believe, but we'll see.
Wait, is Nomad off the grid again?
No,
he's on the grid.
Okay. I mean, this would be a good time for Nomad to go off the grid if there was any time.
He's actually been very on the grid.
I know.
He's been helping out Bader with his show, so he's been very much on the grid.
Yeah. Okay. Love on the grid. Love on the grid Nomad. Okay. Next up. Wait, that's it. We're done.
Yeah, we're at 184 semis now.
84 semis.
Let's get it. Where we will have who? Ed Ruth versus Gabe Dean? Or Ed Ruth versus Max Askren?
Max Askren. Yep, Ed Ruth, Max Askren.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Ben?
Oh, man. I love my brother, but I think Ed's going to get him in this one. Ed was kind of an all-timer. Really good. I will tell you, though, this match is very, very fun because these guys will engage in very many scrambles. It will be a wild match. They're both very good mat wrestlers as well, so there's probably be a few reversals here or there. But Ed was just so unreasonably good that I would look like a total homer if I picked against him.
Yeah, I think this is a tough one for your bro. Ed was just so good from neutral, and he made finishing look so simple on a lot of really, really good wrestlers. That's one thing I always kind of marveled at. His ability to get in was great, but how methodical he was in finishing single legs. And even though that is definitely where Max that would be his opportunity. I think Ed is just a transcendent guy at this point. So I've got to go with Ed over Max, although I think of the matches, it would be one of the more fun ones at 84.
I gotta go Ed as well. And Twitter agreed with 84% in favor of Ed Ruth.
Doing better than Cam Simons, Max. Jeez.
Does Cam Simons have a vote yet? Someone from Cornell go vote.
Yeah, come on. Kyle Dake,
he's got a vote.
He's got a vote. It's nice.
Also, we have an update. We're gonna have to let this Twitter poll play out because Nomad picked Kyvan.
Knew it.
So, if Twitter, we need to let this play out longer. But if Twitter picks Kyvan, he goes on.
Whoa, this is gonna be a tight one.
So Twitter, your vote does matter. In fact,
yeah, they'll still cry. The ones that voted for the guy that loses, they'll say, "What? My vote didn't count."
Yeah, the Quentin Wright people will be like, "What the heck?
My vote didn't. It was. I think this was pointless. It was all for nothing."
The Jake Varner vote people are gonna be really pissed.
You should just quote tweet it and be like, "Landmine."
Landmine.
Oh man. Okay. Next semi, Bo Nickel, Gabe Dean. This match happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened in front of everybody.
And it was a worse Bo Nickel than the one that's in the current tournament. It
was a pretty good Bo Nickel. As we pointed out, I think this is the one where, he darn near pinned his way to the finals before beating Gabe. That was impressive. But yeah, I've got to go with Bo here in this instance for sure. Over Gabe.
Yeah, can't disagree.
Are you guys ever going to use your landmines?
I have one. I got one circled.
You have one circled? Oh,
yeah.
Because we only had that. You can't use it for finals, so you guys only have a little bit of time left.
Yeah, I got mine. I'm afraid it's the same as CP's.
Uh-oh.
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know what happens then.
No. Okay. So we did that one.
Yeah, Twitter said 87% in favor of Bo Nickel. So we get an all Penn State final. There will be a Penn State wrestler on the team.
Wow.
Hey, we don't hate Penn State.
Even though their assistant coach just lost in round 1 to Colin Moore.
That was random.
Random. Got fireman's carry. Can't help. Make mistakes every once in a while.
It'd be like that sometimes. All right, 174 is finals. Zahid Valencia versus John Reeder, the Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I think Zahid's just too slick. John had a good run, made the finals. Zahid's offense just is going to be too much. He's going to get into his attacks. He's going to finish strong. I got Zahid. Sorry, John.
November John Reeder would drag him into deep waters, and it would not go well.
We need November Zahid.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah. November Zahid is going to have a hard time with this one. December Zahid maybe even, but optimized Zahid Valencia is just a bad man. We've seen it at the world level. Not that you guys care about that, but I do. And yeah, I got Zahid.
Yeah, just too much offense. There were also a lot. I don't know why, because in the quarters and semis, no one said anything. But on this Twitter poll, there were people mad that Zahid was in this because he cheated.
Well, we don't know that he cheated.
He didn't really cheat.
No, it was recreational drug.
Right.
He cheated himself. Also, that was 184 Zahid. We don't even know who that guy is. This is 174
That guy's out of the tournament.
174 Zahid was a good guy, or at least he didn't get caught for things. So, he's free and clear, and he's the rightful champion. And you just have to deal with it. He's the best 174 pounder of the decade, and that's that. What a team!
Yeah. So to kind of recap the team so far: 125, 2019 Spencer Lee; 133, 2011 Jordan Oliver; 141, 2015 Logan Sieber; 49. 2010 Brent Metcalf, 57 2016 Isaiah Martinez, 165 2013 Kyle Dake, 174 Zahid Valencia 2017.
Dude, that's a good team. That team might beat any other decade team.
It'll beat Russia.
It might beat Russia. Never know.
Yes.
Could be
a lot of these men have beat Russians.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a really good squad. Of course, I know a guy that's really good at beating Russians, actually. He does it routinely, almost on an annual basis, but he's
Too
not
bad.
on the
Too bad he couldn't make the team.
He's not on the team. He's not on the team. Well, it was rigged. Sad.
Riding the pine.
Very
We'll
sad.
bring him.
Kyle Dix won the past 2 world titles, and Russia was in the bracket, and he also beat the Sargouche guy with a broken hand. So
Sargouche, yes, I'm familiar. That's the guy that that Jordan beat in 2011, as I recall.
Oh, wow.
But
in a freestyle match, not an NCAA folk style match.
Took him down multiple times. Okay, and he broke him, actually. Okay. Not that I'm still thinking about that at all in any way.
Not that you didn't cry yourself to sleep last
Not
night.
that I'm not still crying and weeping for this injustice.
But you know what really happened, though? CP, gets done working at Flow, and he goes home, and he sits down to have a dinner. It's a burger and fries with Caleb, and he goes, Caleb, can you believe what happened today? And him and Caleb just go back and forth, complaining about how stupid it was.
Yeah, actually, Caleb update. He asked me for the names of the people in the NCAA so he could sue them. I'm like, oh, this is the funny part. I'm like, you're gonna sue him? I'm like, who's your lawyer? He goes, Donald Trump. I was like, I don't think he's a lawyer, Caleb.
Trump's gonna pardon Joe Exotic, and he's gonna give Spencer Lee another year of eligibility.
That was hilarious. Someone asked him about Tiger King.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Somehow,
seriously,
man, you gotta have some stones in the middle of the greatest, arguably the greatest crisis in American history, and a reporter asks him about Tiger King's Joe Exotic during the press conference where they're talking about mass pandemic, death, quarantines, etc. He's like, just want a quick, would you consider pardoning this Joe Exotic character? So big stones for that guy. Interesting for Trump to even indulge that question, but yeah, we're living in wild times. That's all you can say, really.
I thought it was awesome. Hey, can I throw something out there for the executive committee to vote on, Christian?
Yes.
The people are mad that we didn't get to the questions, and I'm missing Alien Hour from Bracky, so I think we should skip the NCAAs, get to Alien Hour and questions, and if we have time, we come back to NCAAs. If not, we move it to next week.
That is a great decision. I agree with it completely. Oh,
okay.
While Kyle does Alien Hour, I'm gonna go get something. I have something I'm supposed to give to Kyle.
You're leaving the show.
You can. I'll be right back. It's just around the corner.
Oh, dang.
I'll be back.
Okay,
You get your Alien Hour going. I'll be quick.
All
so
right.
fast.
So with everything going on, I thought we would look at maybe some conspiracy theories revolving around coronavirus and where this possibly could have come from, who benefits from this. So the first one, and this is one I wasn't expecting, but apparently it has some legs in terms of people just like buying into it. But this is 5G's fault. 5G caused this.
I read it.
Because they launched 5G November 1st, 2019 in 50 Chinese cities. So obviously that's where the coronavirus started and began running rampant, and everything spread out from there. So this 5G, we don't know the health effects it has on people, allegedly. And so they're Kerry Washington, who's like this singer songwriter, apparently just went crazy about this on her Instagram. And
I think Woody Harrelson did too, Kyle.
Did he? Woody Harrelson did.
Woody Harrelson does not like 5G, I heard.
We're talking about 5G causing coronavirus.
Oh crap! Now how? Okay, how?
Well, we don't know the health effects that it has on people. So it started. It launched November 1st, 2019, in 50 Chinese cities.
Okay, but I get that. Mm-hmm. Here's the leap I need 5G to make for me to indulge this. How does that affect the bats and pangolins that people are eating?
You know what? That's a great question.
People been eating bats for thousands of years, CP, especially down there in Oklahoma, where you married your teenage bride.
Okay, like my thing is, yeah. When the bats when they have like T-Mobile accounts and stuff and are making phone calls, then maybe that makes sense. But I don't understand how 5G. I mean, but new technologies emerge all the time in this world, and they don't cause major pandemics. I don't understand.
Don't get so serious with our alien hour, Christian.
Okay, so
that's my role in the alien hour gimmick.
Yeah, this is what he does. But
let Kyle have his fun.
According to the Scientific American, the wireless radiation known as 5G will, quote, employ millimeter waves for the first time in addition to microwaves that have been in use for old cellular technologies. 2G through 4G, given limited reach, 5G will require cell antennas every 100 to 200 meters, exposing many people to millimeter wave radiation.
Okay, now
so the bats are also exposed to that as well, or pangolins, or whatever this came from.
All wildlife.
Yes.
I would agree that there sounds like there could be some definite impacts of that. But if maybe it's just amplifying I don't like this at all. This is not good.
And then it also goes on to say millimeter waves are mostly absorbed within a few millimeters of human skin and the surface layers of the cornea. Short-term exposure can have adverse physiological effects in the peripheral nervous system, the immune system, and the cardiovascular system. What does this disease attack?
Attacks your lungs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're screwed.
Is this the number one? Is this the deep state conspiracy?
You guys better keep it quiet. They're gonna kick you guys off Facebook real quick.
This is from Kerry Wilson. I'm just repeating what Kerry Wilson said.
They kick people. They kick people off for repeating. Kyle, I'm just warning you here. I'm warning you. I'm a free speech guy. I love free speech, but they kick people off platforms.
And then the other one this was Bill Gates. Back in 2015, Purebright Foundation. They helped fund a coronavirus patent that was intended to facilitate the development of a vaccine for a specific type of avian coronavirus found in chickens.
What?
So we're all back to chickens.
Oh my god!
But the Gates Foundation says this strain of coronavirus has no tie to COVID-19 or anything like that, but everyone just wants to tie Bill Gates into it. And
why is Bill Gates involved in all of these conversations? I haven't read anything about Bill Gates, but he's talking about it.
So another reason is he was in a Netflix documentary, pretty much predicting a pandemic sometime soon.
Okay.
So then a lot of people are like, well, he also had helped fund this patent for coronavirus into a different type of coronavirus in 2015, so he had to have known something.
Look into it.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that, Ben? Come on.
Me, I'm open to a lot of possibilities. I'll have to read more into them.
Okay. Why would you? Okay. Here's the connection I need. Why would Bill
I don't want to get kicked off platforms here, Piles. I'm not talking about it.
I would be honored to be kicked off Facebook. It'd be fine. That'd be a great moment for FloWrestling Radio Live if our conversation, if Alien Hour,
we were such bad boys, we got kicked off Facebook.
Yeah, this is the best thing that you should be amplifying. Don't get cautious now, Ben.
You guys have to go on Alex Jones' platform.
Oh no, that's a hard pass. He's in Austin though.
He got arrested for DWI a few weeks ago.
He was under the limit. He was under the limit, Brecky.
Was he? I didn't see that. I just saw the tweet.
Yep.
And then the final one is this was all Netflix.
Oh, here we go.
They came out with a pandemic documentary or series around the same time this all started in China, and now what's everyone sitting around doing? They're watching streaming services. They're watching Netflix. They're watching Hulu.
That is the worst one yet. The idea of Netflix having that kind of power is wild. Okay, well, I think if I had to stack rank the order of likelihood, I would say 5G, Bill Gates, and Netflix in that order.
Okay.
Started the coronavirus.
That's fair.
So, as you know, Kyle Brackey is the founder of Alien Hour with Kyle Brackey, and all his antics to start. What?
Yeah. Deplatform him, Piles. Me and you are safe. We're safe.
Yeah.
We're safe. Deplatform Brackey.
Fine. I'll be the bad boy.
Yeah.
I'll be the bad boy of the wrestling community.
I'll go down with Brackey. That's fine. Ben, you are scared.
Listen,
they have you shook.
Do you see my Twitter handle today? The guy London Real, who does good interviews, does one interview they don't like, and they deplatform the man. Free London Real.
What did he do though?
He interviewed a guy named David Icke, and they didn't like that, and they kicked him off YouTube and Vimeo.
Well, who's David Icke?
Well, David Icke's a sketchy character, but nevertheless, we should have free speech.
I agree. Free speech. So Bracky started this. It started with a Bigfoot sighting in Round Rock that was the first one ever. And then from there, it transformed into a bit. And Kyle has convinced my son Caleb. I think, first of all, Caleb will believe anything that Kyle says.
He's very gullible.
He's extremely gullible. He still believes that Kyle was not allowed to stay at a hotel at the Southern Scuffle because he was from West Virginia. So what happened was there were 2 Holiday Inn Expresses in Chattanooga, as luck would have it. So we booked one for one, and we said, hey, we're staying at this Holiday Inn Express. And a couple other people booked the other one. And so we all went to the same one, only to find out some of us were in another one. So Caleb was with me. He's like, well, why can't you stay with us? And Bracky told him that he's like, oh, they said I can't stay here because I'm from West Virginia. And he was so he believed it and still believes it.
He was pretty upset.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me stay.
He's like, that's not fair. He's like, that's not right. And anyways, he still believes that. And he believes in Bigfoot now.
Yes.
He's believed in Bigfoot because of Kyle Bracky. So
Great job, Uncle Kyle.
So my wife found this shirt on the internet for Caleb that says Sasquatch doesn't believe in you either. And so she ordered one. She ordered one for little Hayden Bracky.
Yeah. Oh,
so
that is awesome.
Now a little believer there. So yeah, go ahead and spread your Bigfoot propaganda. My son, your son.
That's fantastic.
There you go.
Thank you.
He'll grow
Thank you,
into it.
Kyle's family.
Yes, of course.
We have the shirt?
Yeah. I just gave him a shirt.
Oh, I didn't know it was in studio, though.
In studio. Look at it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Sasquatch doesn't believe in you either. So there you go.
Fantastic.
That was Alien Hour, Coronavirus
Edition
2K20. Hopefully not too many more coronavirus ones. Now, this is a...
Oh, shoot.
What?
Brady Covington, who helped us get these awesome graphics, he said in the United Kingdom, people have burned several 5G towers. People are going wild.
Jeez.
Yep. They don't want it.
They don't want 5G. 4G was fine. Simpler times when there were only 4Gs. Hey, can you send them this thing right here? The which house you're staying at?
Yeah.
Okay, so this USA Wrestling put out, this is actually kind of funny. This which house you would want to social distance with, and they gave 5 houses full of USA Wrestling people, whether they're coaches or athletes or whatever. What, Ben?
I mean, I don't want to crap on USA Wrestling's parade, but if you got a house full of people, you ain't socially distancing.
Okay, well, think about...
Let's say this is at the beginning of the quarantine.
Listen.
Like, you were in this house, and they're like, all right, now you got to quarantine.
Mr. Literal. Wow, what is wrong? Come on, Ben. Can you get
How
with the
can
bit?
we be sure? How can we be sure they just didn't travel to China?
Okay, let me know... You know what? We'll ask Kale. Kale, were you in China? Kale, were you in China? Okay, so there's 5 houses, and Tyler's going to pull these up here so you can see. And you have to choose which house you're going to stay at. Which one would you say, all right, I'm going to be quarantined in this house. I'm in it for the long run. I thought about it for a while. I think I've got it. But we'll give it to you. So house 1, what, Ben?
I'm not seeing the doc. Can I see this doc? I want to take part of this conversation.
Okay, I want you to too. It's in the 481. Just scroll down, buddy.
Christian. You know what? I know I annoy you sometimes because I'm ADD. You know what? You know what we should build on the set here? You should have a mute button for me, so I can just be raging over here, and you can mute me. That would be really funny.
Okay, pull up your phone.
I got it.
While I work on the mute button. Okay, so there's 5 houses, and here they are. Kyle Snyder, Adeline Gray, Kamal Bay, Kerry Colap, Bruce Baumgartner, and Royce Alger. Royce Alger is in every house, by the way.
You can't get rid of him.
They can't get, no matter what. You're stuck with Royce.
Does Royce have a supply of alcohol?
Yeah.
In all likelihood. House 2, Kyle Dake.
There we go.
Here
Now
we
we
go.
got on the stream.
Take a
Thank
look
you,
at
Tyler.
House 2. Kyle Dake, Sarah Hildebrand, D'Angelo Hancock, Cale Sanderson, Kurt Angle. Wow, Royce Alger. Kurt and Royce. That could go different ways. House 3, Jaden Cox, Helen Morales, Adam Kuhn, John Smith, Clarissa Chun, Royce Alger. House 4, David Taylor, Tamara Mensah Stock, Robbie Smith, Coleman Scott, Henry Cejudo, Royce Alger, pass. House 5, Jordan Burroughs, Jakara Winchester, Joe Rao, Tom Brands, Trisha Saunders, Royce Alger.
Did you just say pass after House 4?
Yeah, pass.
Why? Why?
Wow.
Yeah, I love Robbie Smith. I don't want to be in a house with Henry Cejudo.
Wow, you don't like the king of cringe?
Hey, he's cringy.
Cejudo?
He's cringy. I like him. He's fine, but listen. You have to choose. I'm gonna put my name on my opinions on it's my quarantine. I'm gonna stay with who I want to stay with, and I'm gonna avoid what I want to avoid.
Who are you picking?
I want House 2, and I'll tell you why.
Because you want your interview with Cale.
Yeah, you want to be best friends with Cale.
I feel like if he got to know me, he wouldn't hate me. Not that he hates me, but
He probably hates you.
He might hate me. I've always got when I've talked to Kyle Dake, I've always gotten along really well with him. I think Sarah Hildebrand's a lot of fun. I don't know Kurt Angle at all, or D'Angelo Hancock. I know a little bit, but this is mainly a Dake, Hildebrand, Sanderson related decision, and with if I had to make a pie chart, it's like 75% Cale is the reasoning. So that's it. I think Dake and Cale would be easier guys to live with. They're not gonna be wild or loud. They're gonna have very regimented day-to-day activities. Now Kurt and D'Angelo and Royce may throw a monkey wrench in that, but that's okay.
Well, listen, I guess you didn't define how long we have to stay here. So for me, I'm thinking it ain't going to be that long. So I'm looking for the most entertainment out of my household. And if I'm looking for the most entertainment, no, I get to have my pick. You had your pick. I'm picking House 3 because I'm just imagining these conversations between Jaden and John and Clarissa Chun and Royce constantly instigating and saying dumb things. and then Adam Kuhn being brilliant and putting everyone in their place. That's the one I'm going to.
It was between House 2 and House 3 for me. Anytime I've spent time with Jaden, it's been awesome. He's a great guy. John Smith, similarly for the Cale situation. Don't know either of those guys particularly well. Would be great to know the GOAT. Man, this is a tough one, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm partially swung because Clarissa is great too.
I'm gonna go with House 5 because you get the Tom Brands Royce Alger dynamic.
Ooh, that could be smart.
And I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then Jordan Burroughs is awesome. Jakara is awesome. Joe Rao's hilarious, and we'll have lots of good food because of Chow with Rao. And Trisha Saunders is a legend. So
Ben, you swung me. I'm going House 3. I just changed my mind.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the best. Because I'm swapping Clarissa for Kurt. I like that. I think that's a good trade. And Adam Kuhn, I know a little bit. He's a lot of fun. Funny guy. All right, I'm in. Jaden, yes. This is it. This is the one for me. Thank you, Ben.
Guys, our Facebook video disappeared.
Oh, my gosh, no.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You idiots. Idiots. I warned you. I told you. You didn't listen. We got deplatformed.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, my gosh. What just happened?
Idiots.
I'm serious. For like a minute, it was just gone.
Yeah, I told you guys. It's called
We're
deplatforming.
back.
You guys didn't listen. I told you not to do the damn alien hour.
That is wild. Guys, if you're not watching on Facebook, they just took us off Facebook.
Yes, I told you guys.
They were probably watching. They're like, oh, these
Bracky.
idiots, they're harmless.
Freaking Zuckerberg trying to shut us down. I don't think so.
It was Bracky. I warned you guys.
Oh, my gosh. All right, that was scary. Okay, we're back. Adam Rush. I like this question. Who was the greatest high school wrestler you have ever watched? Ben?
Does that mean, so I had to physically watch them, or can this be via video, or what are we talking about here?
Yeah, you watch them anyway. There's the myriad ways you can watch things happen would fall under the umbrella.
Well, I think it had to be someone recent, and I know a lot of people like reminiscing about times past, but when you look strictly by how good people have done it at the world level recently, I feel like it has to be either Mark Hall, Gable Stevenson, or a Spencer Lee, someone like that who's had very high world level success at the high school level, because these guys are just so tremendous recently. And then obviously the success they had at the college level kind of proves that.
I don't think that would be mine. Mine are down to two. One of the names you said, Gable, who won Cadet Worlds. He won Junior Worlds when he was still cadet eligible. I think he won Cadet Worlds like first year cadet. Everything he won like a year ahead of schedule, sort of.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, Kyle Snyder won Junior Worlds. He won Cadet Worlds, right?
I should said Kyle also.
I think I would take Kyle. I think Kyle in a class that had an Aaron Pico and a lot of the elite guys. I feel like Kyle, what he proved internationally.
I changed. I'm going Pico.
So Pico
made the Olympic trials finals as a high school age kid. That would have been a senior year of high school.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Christian. You changed my mind.
Yeah, it could be Pico. It could be Pico's in the mix.
One. Yeah,
Pico's in the mix, but he never won Junior Worlds, right? And he was there. He was competitive, but he didn't make the team, and he had beaten some good guys. But he also, he didn't win senior nationals that year. He wasn't winning. He was in the mix, but I think he lost to Logan. He's definitely lost to Reese Humphrey. So I don't. Whereas Kyle more recently was. I mean, I don't know. It's really tough. I'm going Kyle because I think he accomplished more internationally than Aaron in high school. But Aaron's the ultimate what if. What do you think, Kyle?
I don't know. That's tough. It might be Gable, man.
It really might be.
The more I think about it.
Definitely possible.
Okay. All right, next question. Problem with Instadeath, says Ramy Walther. Probably a fake name. Problem with Instadeath. Better wrestler has less incentive to score points for major or tech and more incentive to get only one takedown and then ride. Suggestion, implement Instadeath rule, but put wrestlers back neutral after each minute of riding. Thoughts? I don't like his solution, but I do think he points to a great potential problem.
Mm-hmm. But the problem with that is that then you're putting all your eggs in one basket. I mean, if you don't score points, you're taking the possibility of a major or a tech fall away from yourself. So the fact of the matter is they're going to try to score points. I mean, they're not going to take down – I mean, maybe you'll have like a Jake Patchesill or somebody who would do that, but I just don't think that's going to happen all that much. I mean, if it were to happen, maybe we could revise later, but I don't really foresee that happening.
Okay. How did Jake Pataxil take top? Show us again.
He would stomp it. You can't see my foot. He would stomp his foot. He would go.
That is amazing. We got to find some video of Jake Pataxil taking top because
you guys need to find video of that.
That's awesome. Okay, good question there. I do think it points out, takedown and then a 2-0 insta-death is not something people want to see. Okay. What is your way too early top 5 teams for 2021? Asks Bracky's Eagle statue. Which we need to get that back in the mix.
Yeah.
Especially now that Casey Kreider is not a Denver Bronco anymore.
Agreed.
Yeah, we need that prop. Ben, what are your top 5 teams?
It's gonna be the team race next year is going to be fantastic because Iowa's number 1. I think that's obvious.
Yes.
Cornell's obviously going to be really good. Michigan returns a lot, will be really good. Nebraska is going to be really good again. They'll fill in a few holes. And then, obviously, I didn't say Penn State or Ohio State yet, so you got to think both of them are going to, I can't imagine what their lineups will be like exactly, but I got to imagine they'll both be pretty good. I don't know if Oklahoma State will be able to put together a better team next year. Maybe they will. Not sure.
So my top 5, I think, are Iowa 1, Penn State 2, Michigan 3, Cornell 4, and I'll say, man, the 5th team is tough.
Nebraska.
You think?
They're going to be really good. Yeah, I mean, Thompson's back, Lovett's back, Chad Redd's back. They graduated 49, but they'll have someone good fill in there. Peyton Robb's back. Isaiah White
Brock Hardy
graduated.
back? Is Brock Hardy's off of Mormon Mission, I think.
Ooh.
So he could be a 49.
But then they'll
They also have Kevon Davenport.
Yeah.
They have Kevon Davenport. So they'll have a good fill in there. I mean, Puritan wasn't scoring them a whole lot of points anyways. And then you got Labriola, Venz, Schultz are all back.
Yes. Okay. There it is. That's my 5th team. I like that. That's a really good team. So Rob, they think is going to go up to 65, or that's what Nomad thinks.
That's Nomad thing. This 57 could be an area for Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy could go
enough.
57.
Yeah.
Who knows how big he is now?
Oh, Peyton Robb's going down to 49?
No. Rob up to 65, and then
sorry,
because Zay's graduated.
He was pretty big.
Yeah, I could see that. Wait, Peyton Robb literally missed weight that one time.
He did.
So he's either going to transfer to Iowa like Jason Renneria, or he's going to go up to 65. One of those two things. Nick Ross asks, is Ben Askren becoming like Spay and changing his name all the time? Haha. Twitter.
Yeah, it is. It's fun changing your name. You know what? I never got into it. My first dip into it was Ben Exotic, and now I've been changing it every day. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Okay. More unstoppable move: David Taylor's ankle pick or Mako's foot sweep?
David Taylor's ankle pick. I think for sure.
Could David Taylor ankle pick Spay 24 times in one practice?
I'll honestly say that would be a merciful result for if it only happened 24 times with David. The thing is, like Taylor, there's so many different. Now, not that Mako didn't have variety in his foot sweep, but Taylor could collar an ankle from so many different ways. He could go right. He could do it both hands, both sides, near ankle, far ankle, all that stuff. He's had so many ways to ankle pick you. It wasn't just like your standard get your collar, back step, get that far ankle. So I'll say David Taylor. Okay, next question. All right, here's one. How come you hate on Sion so much with his potty mouth, and Ben Askren is a wild card out here? Great question.
Well, I don't drop F-bombs, Christian.
Yes, he doesn't drop F-bombs, one, which I appreciate. Two, what is, after years of, Sion over time and Willie, his occasional profanities, and now Ben, it's just, I'm a broken man. Okay, what do you want me to say? What can I do? These people are unstoppable. I can't tame their lips. They say what they say, and I just have to deal with it. What can I do?
Christian, people who swear are more trustworthy. You know that, right?
That makes very little sense to me.
It's true. Listen, I don't want to tell you the studies say that.
More trustworthy? Direct me to that study.
Okay.
These studies.
I'm going to put it on Facebook
these studies. Got it. The InfoWars studies. Can't wait to see.
It was not done by Alex.
Yeah. Okay, well. But yeah, no. We need to see
the frogs are freaking gay.
Oh, stop.
You know that one? You know that one?
Yeah, I know that one. He's a lunatic. So, yeah, I like Sion. I want to have him on more. I think it's a mischaracterization that I don't want Sion on the show. My boss, Ray, would like it if Sion was on, like, every single day.
Oh, my God, that would be so awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah, he wants to do a whole little bit about Sion, like following – I forget what it was. Like it was like quarantine with Sion and just, like, doing regular daily quarantine tasks with Sion, like him going to the grocery store and just getting him – just having him speak about what's happening in his life would be funny. That's what he wants to do. So we'll see if it happens. Okay, next question.
I posted in the Facebook chat for you, Christian.
All right, I'm not even in there, but got it. Is Ben afraid Carol Baskin will get his chickens if they stay out at night? Well, that's so funny.
I was going to cuss again, but you yelling at me. That B. Carol Baskins. There's something about saying that B. Carol Baskins that just makes you laugh.
It's because he says it in that like Oklahoma twang, and he's so pissed off when he says it.
Man, I have a hard time pardoning Joe Exotic after all the stuff he did. I think it's very possible he did arrange a murder for hire. At least
Listen, if Jeff Lowe's not in prison with him, he needs pardons.
Yes. Yeah. The hitman went to a strip club in South Carolina, and he was supposed to be going to Florida.
For $3,000.
$3,000. He's like, all right, whatever.
Oh, God.
Man, you kind of get what you pay for with murder for hire, in my experience.
He just went to a strip club in South Carolina. Like, what on God's green earth is going on?
You know what we didn't talk about that was so funny is him going to Florida and then going #Belize, #Mexico. Because one, it was so obvious he was not in Belize or Mexico. Two, Belize and Mexico are two completely different countries. So you cannot be
He didn't know that.
He didn't know that. You cannot be in both. I guess maybe they do border each other.
We have some chicken advice from Instagram here for you, Ben.
I got some on our Facebook chat too, Kyle. There's a nice guy named Wade Schuyler.
Yeah.
Wade Chalice, got it. All right, Bracky, you read yours.
All right, this is from Staller Dan on Instagram. Chickens have a pecking order, and whenever there is a new chicken introduced, they all fight to determine where it falls in the pecking order, kind of like in a wrestling room. But after the first day or two, the hazing will settle down unless they're both roosters. Then the alpha rooster will always harass the beta, which is why you shouldn't have them together if you don't have enough hens.
We have no roosters though. We have 0 roosters. They're all females, and it has been carrying on for, I believe it's multiple weeks now.
Oh man.
Oh wow. So maybe we have some bullying going on.
Yeah.
Maybe wait. Is there something about your property that fosters a community of hazing?
We have some
Here's the
clicks
deal.
forming.
Wade said to go put it in a solitary confinement, which is actually what my wife decided to do. But it's hilarious because my wife got these 3 things called guinea hens, and they're supposed to eat more ticks. And these things, Christian, they are so incredibly stupid. I mean, and so my wife tries yelling at them. I'm like, honey, they don't get it. They're so dumb. Their IQ's like 3. They'll sit up in the cage and they'll cluck at each other, and they're really loud. And they get out of the cage Christian. They get in and out of the cage every single day, but yet they'll still like walk into the fence, and then they'll cluck at each other, and they'll be walking into the fence, and you'd be like, holy God, how are you this stupid? Like, the door is right over there. You know it. You go out the door every single day to go by your friends. But today, for some reason, you can't figure out the door's right there. You're walking into the fence repeatedly. So I sit by my fire and burns up and watch these idiots walk into the fence.
I need video of that next time. That would be perfect. We'll play it on the show if you can get video of your dumb chickens just walking into the fence repeatedly.
Oh, and clucking. You should hear how loud these things are. They are obnoxious. Oh my God.
Oh man, speaking of chickens, I should show you. There's a really funny video of my son when we were back in Virginia. Our next door neighbors have chickens and roosters, right? And roosters are like, they're kind of about that life. They're not really that scared. And so my son, he thinks it's funny. He like kind of runs up behind the rooster and he goes and pretends to shoot it. The rooster chases after my son and freaking scares the heck out of him and chases him away. I will produce that video for next Tuesday's show, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. It may be the happiest I've ever seen my father. It's just like his favorite moment in his life.
Well, chickens they're really kind of mean. That like they fight each other, and in Philippines it's a national sport. So when I was over there fighting, I'm laying in my hotel room cutting weight or whatever, and literally you flip the channels, and like 3 out of the whatever channels they have, there's chicken fighting going on.
Yeah, cockfighting is a big thing there. I think, is it the Dominican Republic?
I think so.
Where's Pedro Martinez from? Wherever he's from, he got in trouble because like it's a big thing in his country. Where the heck's he from? Yeah, Dominican Republic. Yeah, they love the chicken fights there. Okay. So did Cosmo Kramer. That was a Seinfeld episode, I'm pretty sure. Little Jerry, I think, was the name of the chicken. Okay. We need an update on One More Shot rights. Have we purchased the rights to One More Shot yet?
So I was getting annoyed with my connection. My man JD Hawkins, he wasn't getting an answer, so he gave me Wayne's number directly. So after the show, I'm going to text Wayne directly and say, Wayne, let's get this popping. I offered $500 last week. I don't know, maybe he was offended by my offer, but from the way I see it, there's no better offers on the table. So take it, Wayne.
Yeah. Let me know the last time you got a $500 check for One More Shot. Whenever that happened. All right. Anything popping on social as I continue down this?
No, someone said bullying is a learned trait, Ben.
Wow.
We got a lot of bullying going around my house.
Okay. From at WrestlePack, the current name is Save ODU Wrestling. Do you feel it's wiser for an elite prospect to commit late in the recruiting period rather than early? Let's go to Ben for this one first. I have a lot of thoughts.
No, there's no money left. It's gone. I mean, I remember a guy I coached, Eric Bone. Back-to-back weeks, he lost in the USA Wrestling Folks on National Finals and then in the FloWrestling National Finals. I believe one was Luis Fernandez, the other one was Zach Elam. So both really good guys. And at that point, they had programs call me, but nobody had money left. And it's just like they get rid of their money early. And so by the time it's late, there's not a lot of money left, and it's hard going.
Yes. So there's a sweet spot, right? I don't think committing early, it depends on what we consider early. Guys are committing as freshmen and sophomores. There's no benefit to that. Right? And there's no guarantees of money. Like, you cannot, to me, there should be no commitment when there can't be any discussion or agreement of the money that you can receive, right? If you can't
They discuss it, Christian.
Huh?
They discuss it.
But they ought not.
I know it's not allowed, but it happens.
And it's not worth, they can totally change their mind on it. I don't want, to me, there's no point in committing, but they could say that. They could say it all they want, but it's not true until there's something on paper that they can sign, right? So I think until that period happens, committing much before that, I don't see any value in it because there's nothing stopping. All you have done is removed your leverage as a recruit, right? You don't have the leverage anymore because you've said where you're going.
I'll push back on that. So unless you're a very, very top tier recruit, so let's just say there's 10 145 pounders, Christian, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll say Wisconsin, because that's the closest program. They need a 149. So say they're talking to number 8, and they say, we have an offer, okay? They're going to say it's only for an extended period of time, and I'm actually kind of okay with it. I don't want them to say it's tomorrow. The date is tomorrow, or you don't get it, right? But if they could continue pursuing that kid for a very long time, and he goes somewhere else, then they don't get to recruit number 7 or number 6 or number 9 or anyone else in there. So unless you're number 1, people will hold money for you if you're number 1, but if you're below that, they're going to probably pursue other people. And once the money's gone, the money's gone. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens. And I don't like it, but that's what happens.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's variable. So 1, how early? 2, how good are you? Right?
Yeah.
So if you're good but not uber elite, then maybe it's what you need to do. But yeah, I think there's a real sweet spot. There's not an exact science. It depends who you are. It depends what what kind of school you're trying to go to. So but in general, Adam Buziello committed as a freshman, number 1. Yeah, it's totally unnecessary. Gavin committed to Iowa as a sophomore.
Richie Figs
to Arizona State. Everyone and their brother saying Richie Figs definitely he's looking around. He's taking visits, right? And Richie should never feel any. He should feel no reservations that he's doing that he's taking those visits and doing that. But it is weird when you've already committed to a place. I'm going to Arizona State. Then why do you need to go to Ohio State? Well, the reality is you're not actually that committed, and the university is actually not that committed to you at this point because they can't give you any money for it. So good for Richie for looking around, but the commitment, which was done live on FloWrestling Radio Live.
You guys are part of the problem.
No, we're not. They came to us and said we want to do it. All right, sure. Actually, Arizona State not a great track record because Kate Olivas did it once also, and he was unable to wrestle in college because of concussions. Unfortunately, he would have been pretty good. Is there any chance 2021 NCAAs are in Minneapolis?
I wish. I was actually thinking about that from our Monday conversation, our Tuesday conversation. I was so focused. I was so looking forward to the freaking football stadium.
Me
That's
too.
so sad.
I
Oh
think
my gosh! Are you
what?
Christian? Are you guys on VMix?
No, I'm not.
Do you see who just logged in?
Who?
Was it Bader?
Royce Alger is logged into VMix. Bring him on. Bring him on.
Oh my gosh, we're staying in a house with him, so we better get used to him. Yeah. Oh, Royce.
Oh,
Hey,
there
Royce.
he is. I see his face. I see his
man.
face right there.
Can you hear us, Royce? Oh my goodness. All right, hey, Royce is on.
Special guest.
Yeah, special guest Royce Alger. He got on a little early. Loved the punctuality. How are you doing? How are you adjusting to this time of quarantine?
Am I early? The problem with being punctual is there's no one there to appreciate it.
Well, this is us appreciating it tremendously.
Wait, what was that?
Was that a Stewart's root beer? Fat Tire.
It's a full tire, baby.
All right, well,
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
it is 9:30 in Iowa, so I guess it's high time. Well, this has been a funny little part of the end of FRL is when the people start to log on to the VMix before our show ends. But it's neat. It's been Bader, so you're going to hop on Bader's show here in a little bit. That's exciting. But we'll give our FRL.
Oh, this isn't Bader's show. I don't know. I didn't know how to do this. The first time I ever used my computer on the camera thing.
You're doing great.
Well,
how is the quarantine in Iowa?
oh, it's fantastic. I got a bar across the street called the Waveland Tap that's been closed down. It's been a problem. It's 187 steps to the front door.
Wow.
I tell everybody it's a 5-minute walk if you run.
Okay. Do you adhere to the government recommendations of social distancing and remaining inside and all that stuff, or do you kind of put your own little spin on it?
Well, you know what? I have several people in my family that are diabetic, and my mom's older, and I'm listening to this demographic of people 50 and above and that, and my nephew is a ER doctor 100 miles away, and he says, Royce, we're intubating people in their 30s, and it has nothing to do with it. Sometimes there's no underlying. But I have and I haven't. I've got my own stuff, and I worked at home anyway, so that was kind of easy. So I think these people that are stuck home with their wives and their kids, I mean, those guys, they're going to need some serious rehab.
Well,
hey, can I ask Royce a question?
Yeah.
Royce, we need you to help us out. Here's what I want to do. I'm trying to stream one more shot. You are close with my man Wayne Boyd. So can you get Wayne Boyd to give us the streaming rights for one more shot? Have you seen one more shot?
I have a long time ago, and actually I talked to Wayne Boyd last night. I just check in on him, but we'll talk. He's kind of strapped a little bit for everything. He's working his way back through some. A lot of people don't know. He's trying to work his way back into the game. But I'll talk to him again today.
Nice. Sweet.
Nice. All right. That's what, Ben, if you didn't ask, I was going to, because we need to get the rights to this video. And I can commit to as much money as Ben wants to spend. I'm willing to commit to that. So that's the Christian Piles promise. Okay. Well, do we have anything else before we go? I'm really excited for the Bader show. Go ahead, Ben.
One more. Will Spencer Lee be the greatest Hawkeye collegiate wrestler of all time by the time he's done, Royce?
You know what? Yes. I mean, the only other guy I could put up against him would either be Tom Brands or Randy Lewis. Now, Randy Lewis never redshirted. And I'm taking that into consideration because we all know what that red shirt year can do. Randy Lewis only lost in the finals to Iowa State Mike Mann, and he had some other losses, but he took second and then first undefeated on about an 80-match win streak and blew his elbow out in the senior year. So that would have been a second, first. If he wins 4 titles, but people always ask me about the toughest Hawkeyes. And, of course, I mentioned Tom Brand, Randy Lewis. But I'm telling you what, I went to Krasny-Yarsk with Chris Campbell. The first Krasny-Yarsk when we had the Renegade Tour, and he won Krasny-Yarsk in Tbilisi. He was 13-0 and didn't give up a point. He gave up one push-out point that I don't count. He won both tournaments. Him and Schultz both did. Dang. It was one of the greatest 25 days of my life. I roomed with Mark Colvin, and he had night terrors. So they would only put him with me because I could survive. He tried to kill you in the middle of the night.
That's wild. Well, hey, the stories of Chris Campbell are many coming out of the Iowa room. What a monster he was.
You need to do that. That next doc needs to be Chris Campbell.
Let's do it. And we're joined by the man that
came back.
Yeah, and we're joined by the man that could make that happen. Bader was on. I don't know if he's still on, but he was watching. So looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll do something with Chris Campbell for sure. Royce, it's great you've been popping on. Just hang out there on that link, and soon Bader will be on there. And
I didn't know what to do. He told me 10 minutes earlier to pop on. I didn't know what to do.
You did great. This was a great pop-in. Ben, I'm glad you noticed because we can't see the VMix screen. So, Tyler, we're good to go. Feel free to play the outro music. Hope you guys have a great, happy, healthy weekend. It's been a great weekend of FRL. As you now know, there's more to come. Just stay right here. You don't have to go anywhere. Just hang out. You're going to have Royce Alger. We have a number of other guests that are going to be joining Mark Bader. But I'm sure Royce will bring the laugh, will bring the cheer. We'll get your spirits lifted on this Thursday. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan no matter what. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Tuesday. Thanks, guys.
Cut.